Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tech Talk Series 2, Episode 1. This is our new monthly podcast. Thank you so much to Programmers Force for providing us with this specific platform. As we all know, Programmers Force is the leader in innovation and tech. And with that, we'll be giving you guys lots to listen about and really good information regarding AI, technology, what's going on in the world. Again, thank you so much to Programmers Force. With that being said, I'll introduce myself. I am Babar Tour. I recently joined Programmers Force as a product manager and marketer. I've done my MSc in economics from LUMS. And with us, gracing us for the first episode, is Daniel Chokhtai, who is the CTO at Fascia. Daniel, thank you so much for being with us here in the first episode.
Thank you very much, Babar. Thank you for having me.
All right, all right. With that, I believe we can get started regarding today's topic of discussion, Danielle.
Sure.
And that is with innovation and human creativity. So we know that AI is booming in the world. Technology, innovation, everything has to do with AI. It's helping us so much in our day to day lives these days. With that being said, I'd like to ask you, what do you think about AI and how the human element plays within structuring AI?
So before answering that question, I'd just like to, add a bit of a context. Ke, you know, आजकल everyone's hearing the word AI, since the word ChatGPT
Mm-hmm.
has been thrown around,
Yep,
right?
I really like
Since
ChatGPT, man.
yeah, right, since COVID, I think ChatGPT again, everyone's been hearing AI and data science and everything.
Yeah,
But PF has been around before the word ChatGPT, before the word AI was even common, right?
true.
So, I mean, PF is actually one of the Pakistan's first AI, company with many products. और technically यहाँ पे products के ऊपर ही काम होता है, with AI powered products, which eventually scale up to global level. So that being said, we have a strong base in AI. We've got data scientists. We've got products which are, scaled all over the world. We've got global teams. We've got teams in Dubai, Singapore, all over the world. And so, yeah, coming back to your question, how does AI help in creativity?
Mm-hmm.
I think AI is a tool basically. It helps you automate things, but the creativity वो आपके अंदर से खुद आती है, right?
Okay, makes sense.
Like what essentially it means is like, if you have an idea, right? If you don't understand the pain point of the users, of the end users, you can't create. Obviously, you will create with the help of an AI
Mm-hmm.
or with different vibe coding tools or with different languages
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But the creativity part that comes from you.
True.
If you understand what the users are going through, if you understand the pain point, if you understand there's a market need, if you understand there's a market segment that could be catered to,
Yep.
you could eventually, with help of AI or without the help of AI, you can eventually launch your product
Mm-hmm.
or launch your company, launch your SaaS solution.
True, true.
So
Makes
that's
sense. So I think the more intellect you have, the better you're at using AI. Would that be sufficient to say?
yes, in a way, yes. Like if you understand the basics of AI, right, that really helps.
True.
If you understand the core level concepts, you'll be able to apply AI in a much better essence as compared to a person who's just, vibe coding his way through the life,
Makes
He's
sense.
just writing prompts and he's just trying to create solutions. That's a different ball game altogether.
Makes
Rather
absolute
than
sense.
you're, deep diving into and really understanding the problem and trying to solve that problem, that's a different thing.
That absolutely makes sense. And I think I can relate this to someone using ChatGPT, for
Yeah.
example, right? So for someone like me who's had experience working with ChatGPT, I understand what the prompts are, I understand what the results are like. It's going to be very different than my younger brother using
Yeah.
ChatGPT, for
Yeah.
example, right?
Yeah.
Of course, he knows what ChatGPT is because
Yeah.
kids these days they're
Yeah.
all about technology and AI. It's big in their schools as well. I wish it was when we were in school,
Yeah.
or when we were in university, right?
Universities, exactly.
Yeah, I think the human element is still really important. Another thing that I'd like to mention here is how Programmers Force so innovation being starting in 2016 when I honestly didn't even know the term AI existed, right?
Exactly.
And then with the way they've been innovating their products within the tech industry, et cetera, I think it's really commendable. And the products that they're pushing out, we'll be discussing those later in this podcast as well. So I know you've been working on some of them and you've launched some of them as well, but that's good to hear.
No, I mean, I joined PF in 2019.
Mhm.
और जब बाकी लोग पूछते थे अच्छा क्या करते हो तो
Mhm.
डेटा साइंस का वर्ड किसी ने सुना ही नहीं होता था
Yeah,
so I had
exactly.
to tell them you're a software engineer क्योंकि
Yeah, true,
अब
true.
everyone's
Yeah,
pushing their kids pushing
yeah.
everyone to go into AI
Mhm.
go into data science but PF
True.
पाकिस्तान में रह के तब से AI
Exactly.
के ऊपर काम कर रहा है
Very, very true, very true. And I think abhi market saturate bhi nahi used, right? So I think it's a very good mix of like growing within that space and then not reaching saturation.
yeah
And PF sits right in the middle of that, right? With
true
the innovation they have, with the models and with the AI models, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's pretty cool. I think we can segment into our next question, which is a question that I believe a lot of people have on their minds is that ChatGPT is going to take over their jobs. To be honest with you, I think again, I'll be very honest with everyone. I use ChatGPT a
a
lot
lot
within my job as well. But to say that it's going to replace me, I think is a very big
stretch
overstatement. Yeah, but it is a very big stretch. I'd like to know your thoughts about that, Daniel. Is this statement true? Will AI be replacing humans in the near future? Because yeah, go ahead.
so AI would be replacing some of the humans I mean
Mhm.
that could be true
Oh,
I
is
mean
my job at stake then?
depends how well you perform
Okay, makes sense.
right
Yeah,
so that's your ball altogether
yeah,
but I give you an example right
yeah.
so you've probably heard of Lahore ke safe city
Mhm,
right
mhm,
e-challans and everything
mhm.
Pehle
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were
अभी
traffic
yeah.
Karachi is not
Karachi में launch हुए
exactly
अभी सब सीधे हो गए
exactly
हैं.
सब सीधे हो गए पहले
Apologies to anyone listening to this from Karachi, but it's a very good initiative.
but
Continue, yeah.
पहले होते थे police officers
Yeah.
traffic police wardens
Mhm.
होते थे वो चालान करते थे
Yeah,
whatever and
exactly.
there would be lapses right
Yeah, yeah, for
now
sure.
जहाँ भी कैमरा है
Mm.
whenever there is a red signal and you've
Mhm.
crossed that red signal
Yeah,
you know they'll be वो चलाने
for
का
sure.
आपको
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's one of the jobs जो हो ही automate
Mm.
but at the same time you mentioned about ChatGPT as well everyone uses ChatGPT a lot
Mhm.
the reason what I think why people use ChatGPT is कि वो आपको actual answers देता है
True.
if you compare ChatGPT with Google if I search something on Google
Mhm.
it would give me links कि अच्छा आपने ये search किया तो आपको ये links यहाँ ये चीज मिलेगी
Mhm.
but when you ask the same thing to a ChatGPT or an LLM or anything
Mhm.
it would give you the answers or advice or some sort of a thing that's what people really need right
That's
some sort
very
of a guidance some sort of a plan any pointers, anything that would answer their questions.
fair point. Fair point. And it's not like मैंने ChatGPT को कह दिया तो उससे सारा मेरा काम कर दिया,
हाँ.
right? The human element is still needed.
Exactly.
I can give a single prompt to ChatGPT and expect to give that as a deliverable and then expect to get commendations on that, right? I have to act on it myself.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But the
Karachi will
thing,
point. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, but the thing is that people have been over using ChatGPT a lot. मतलब for example अब किसी को अगर बुखार है
Mm-hmm.
right
Yeah.
या किसी को अगर कुछ खुदा खास्ता कुछ भी है
True, true.
they ask अच्छा ये symptoms अब क्या
Yeah,
करूँ मैं
exactly.
so they're treating ChatGPT as a doctor which is actually
Yeah.
pretty dangerous right
True.
कि that's not a medically trained या medically certified या proper doctor level degree नहीं है उसके पास
Absolutely.
that's a simple LLM model trained on data
Mhm.
obviously data पूरी दुनिया का है उसके पास but it's not a doctor it's not an expert level professional whatever you want to call it but उसको आप replace नहीं कर रहे हो it's a simple chatbot or a simple
True.
LLM
True, सही बात है. मतलब just recently I was searching, so I had a pain in my chest.
and
I
you'd
was
be
searching.
searching ChatGPT
Yeah, I was, and then ChatGPT said I have like 14 days left to live.
yeah
I better go to the doctor, etc.,
yeah
etc. But I understand your point. Fair usage of the tool itself is really important as well.
yeah
With that being said, Daniel, I think we can segment into our next set of questions. I'd like to start off since we're talking about ChatGPT. Um, Again, for our users, something pretty interesting that has come up that Daniel himself has launched is Programmers Force's own LLM or chatbot. Daniel, would you like to explain what that is
Yeah,
and how?
so it's connected to your first question.
Mhm,
So say second question, would AI replace me? So
mhm.
it's sort of an AI agent,
Very
right?
nice.
That could, perform deep research
Hmm.
on any stock market, on any crypto coin,
Hmm.
on any sort of a or keyword or anything you'd want him, and it would give you a proper report. So it's basically a research sort of an agent.
Very nice.
And in the coming future, you'd be seeing that AI agents would be taking all over the world.
For sure.
So the journey started, ChatGPT आया,
Mm.
then people started talking about chatbots, then फिर LLMs के बारे में बात शुरू हुई.
Mm.
Then eventually it started phasing out to AI agents.
Okay.
So AI agents autonomously they perform their jobs. That's what eventually the future would look like. Different AI agents होंगे,
Mhm.
they'll be performing specialized tasks,
Mhm.
और फिर वो काम कर रहे होंगे.
Very nice, very nice. Yep, I completely agree with the transition from manual work to AI chatbots. आप हर जगह देखें, even if you search on Instagram for something, if I search for a specific person or a specific page, it still gives me an AI overview of what that search is about. Even though I think it's pretty redundant in Instagram, I don't know अगर वहाँ पे AI summary आपको चाहिए या नहीं चाहिए.
बट गूगल पे चाहिए.
Google पे for
गूगल
sure
पे
चाहिए.
चाहिए
Yes,
क्योंकि गूगल पे आई
100%.
थिंक दे थोड़ा सा लेट हो गए हैं, बट
Mm.
क्योंकि चैट जीपीटी लोग सर्च करते हैं
Yeah,
चाहिए क्या वो बता देता है. अब गूगल पे भी आप सर्च करते हो तो एक जेमिनाई का एआई ओवरव्यू आपको एक छोटा सा डैशबोर्ड बना देता है,
for
छोटा सा
sure.
बॉक्स बना देता है, गिव्स यू प्रॉपर समरी और फिर नीचे लिंक सारे आ जाते हैं.
Absolutely,
बट या
absolutely. Again, I'd like to specify here Programmers Force being the leader in innovation and tech within Pakistan. I believe making an AI, is it safe to call it an AI chatbot?
not really a chatbot,
Mhm.
could call it an AI agent.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Programmers Force being one of the tech giants in Pakistan, creating an AI agent and then it going worldwide. I believe we've had initial reviews from users as well, and people love it. I've had the chance to use it personally as well, and the level of detail within the reports that it gives. After deep research, it's absolutely amazing. So, Danielle, hats off to you on working on that. मेरा जो अगला question है, it's related to our AI agent. And it's a bit of a trick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much AI did you use in making this specific AI agent? Do you understand the question? So,
Yeah.
आपकी एक level की human creativity तो थी इसमें, right? You had to think of the models, you had to think of how to deliver it, etc., etc. इसमें AI ने आपको कितना help किया? But in simple terms, इसमें ChatGPT ने आपको कितना help किया?
So again, ChatGPT is हर कोई यूज कर ही लेता है,
Yeah,
राइट?
yeah,
एंड
yeah.
literally everyone uses ChatGPT, but
Mhm.
there are specific tools for specific jobs
Yeah.
and specific LLMs for specific jobs as well.
Mhm.
For example, अब लोग GitHub Copilot यूज करते हैं,
Mhm.
लोग Cursor यूज करते हैं.
Yeah.
So there are multiple tools
Mhm.
which a lot of people do use.
Mhm.
और eventually, अब AI, the thing is कि अब जो AI यूज नहीं करेगा, he'll be left behind.
For sure. For
So,
sure. I
it's
see
not
it.
like AI would take your job entirely. If you
Mhm.
don't use AI and the
Mhm.
other person is using AI,
Mhm.
he'll definitely take up your job because
100%.
he'll be more, effective. He'll be more
They'll have that edge.
efficient. Exactly, he'll have that edge.
They'll have that
So
edge for
that's
sure.
the thing कि आपको AI eventually use. So it's आपके आसानी के लिए आपको AI use करना ही पड़ता है.
For sure.
That's what it's there for, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'd like to throw it back to, again, Programmers Force's edge. How do you think Programmers Force being a tech giant in Pakistan and then having AI inbuilt within its systems, right? How do you think that is helping us within this specific industry? And how do you think it's helping new programmers that are coming in or getting out of universities? How do you think it's helping them step onto that specific platform?
So the thing is कि हम अगर अपनी problem solve कर रहे हैं,
Mhm.
eventually we're solving everyone else's problem
Yeah,
because
for sure.
we've got developers, we've got project managers,
Mhm.
we've got data scientists, we've got
Mhm.
DevOps, we've got a team of proper
Yeah.
developers.
Yep.
So if our AI agent
Mhm.
it helps us solve our problem,
Mhm.
then it's good to go.
For
Then
sure.
you're a success.
100%. 100%. And then I think we can segment into our last question, Danya, for this specific podcast. Again, has to do with AI, and then we'll bring it back to Programmers Force. So, someone who's just got out of university, for example, they've done a CS degree or a data science degree, whatever specific degree,
Yeah.
right? Mashallah, you're a seasoned veteran within this space and within this industry. What pointers would you like to give them regarding AI or regarding this space that you wish that someone had told you in the beginning? Of course, जब हम यूनिवर्सिटी वगैरह में थे तब AI तो नहीं थी,
नहीं थी.
ना ही मतलब कोई AI agents थे, there wasn't any chat GPT, etc., etc. But what lessons do you want to give on to the newer generation that is coming in, or someone who might join Programmers Force?
So I tell them कि भी you just need to focus on the basics first.
Mm-hmm.
क्योंकि आजकल काफी ज्यादा cool words आ गए हैं,
Yeah,
vibe
boss.
coding, LLMs,
For
you
sure.
know, chat GPT, fine tuning.
Mhm.
ये सारे surface level area. आपको अगर basics नहीं आती,
Mhm.
you won't be able to cope up with the demand or whatever that's required in the job.
Mhm.
Even अगर आपने अपना कोई solution कुछ अपना भी करना है काम, अगर आपको basics नहीं आती, तो फिर
Sure.
आप नहीं कर सके. That's
sure.
I think that's where every graduate needs to focus on. You need to work on your basics and then develop on those.
100%, 100%. And I think we can even tie this back into the first question that I asked you, human creativity, right? अगर उस बंदे में या उस बंदी में इतना aptitude ही नहीं है, तो how far can AI take you, right?
Exactly.
So I think it's a very good mix of having that capability within you, along with the tools that enable you to get to that specific position or to that specific platform, right?
Right.
And I think, Mr. Daniel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
That's
much
all
for
we had
having
for
us.
today, guys. Again, I'd like to thank Programmers Force for giving us this platform. And I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to our little conversation. And I hope it's driving you to strive within your specific studies or whichever industry you're in. And I hope you tune in for the next episode.